What would you go for here with no Ornn open either? This is an interesting approach from government, or they just can just take the Camille first pick. That also works.
Take it. Take it. Do things
That
with
also,
it. I
that
mean,
also works.
I mean, the Yone did pretty well, but I mean, seeing a pawn on the Camille will just be exceptional anyway. Depending on what Justice League pick. Oh, they go for the Varus because it was banned the last match. Mr. Varus comes out to play with his Chains of Corruptions. Hip hip hooray.
Yeah, Varus is going to be pretty good. Fiora as well, also banned in the previous game, so two pretty spicy picks here. Camille is going to be very, very strong up in that Baron lane. Fiora could be played in the jungle, but will most likely be in that Baron lane. Baby Hope again on the Ziggs, and it is going to be Galio. So they do have that Camille Galio combo that we were talking about in the previous series.
Correct. So it's taken how many matches for it to surface? Almost 7. This is the 7th match, and we finally get that Galio and Camille. It feels like we was talking about like 10 years ago, but it's finally now surfaced. Fiora and the Braum as well. So it's like you said, obviously Camille can be in jungle, but is more likely going to be in that Baron lane. And it's been a while since we've seen Fiora go head-to-head against the Camille in the Baron lane. It was generally the sought for picks a few seasons back. And they banned the Vi as well from Justice League. They don't want Zealous on the Vi, so that must mean they'll either GOV will ban Kha'Zix again, or we may see the Lee Sin surface for Zealous.
It's going to be interesting to see what Zealous is going to have left, really, to pick up, because the Vi is going to be banned away. The Zed is already banned away. Probably another jungle ban is going to be on the cards here. Maybe something like a Kha'Zix is going to be banned away here for the side of Justice League. It is going to be the Kha'Zix, so
There we go.
Zealous is definitely going down his champion pool quite a bit.
And down goes Volibear. The big lightning bear that's had no love.
I've just been banned a bunch of times. He's just been banned a bunch of times, and that's about it. There's nothing else too crazy about it.
I thought it was going to go Jinx there. I mean, in the group stages, Endo Gaming played Jinx jungle, and I was like, what the flip is this? Why would you do that?
It seems like my Soda Q teammates.
That's what I was thinking when I saw the match. I was like, yeah, they don't want to win this one. But no, can we get in the Wukong? Deadly Galio Wukong combo as well. Oh no.
Jace is pretty good. I mean, it is going to be Jace. Yeah, Jace is a pretty good pick. You have so much lockdown already for the likes of, you know, Camille, Galio, and Jace can just easily follow up afterwards. Aatrox as well is also open. I mean, government have got such a solid composition here. It's kind of crazy.
Oh. Is Gwendolyn going to come out to play?
Could be Gwen jungle. Yeah, it could be Gwen jungle for Zealous as well. I mean, Gwen is not that strong in the jungle anymore. I mean, she's okay in the jungle. It's just her jungle clear speed is a lot lower than what it was before, because they nerfed her. What was it, a Q? Her first ability now they nerfed in the jungle, so now it only does like 60% damage to monsters, so it's not going to do as much damage. But Gwen is still a champion. Once you get 2 or 3 items, she becomes insanely strong, and it just offers so much during team fights. So yeah, it looks like it is going to be Zealous with Gwen in the jungle, Jace mid lane again from Heaven, and then Pawn on the Camille. So that, you know, it's going to be insane, this Galio Camille combo, plus you have the Ziggs as well with the Mega Inferno bomb. So I'll be a little bit worried if I was the likes of Varus in the backline with this. You don't have a lot of mobility when you're playing Varus at all.
Have my Chains of Corruption, whilst a big Ziggs bomb is literally about to land right on your noggin. And then Camille probably jumping over the wall to Hextech Ultimatum you. And then Galio just coming from the sky. You may as well just all gang up on Varus. There's a bit of a Varus discrimination going on in our own minds, it seems. But yeah, to be fair, the they are pretty stacked on the side of government once again in terms of their team comp. The Varus, we saw Braum. Braum has been a great pick, especially in the last series. Let's see how he does this time around. But it worked really well for the past two teams, so maybe this will be the thing the Justice League needs to give them a little bit of a leg up in the...
My brain. Oh wait, more zoomed in. There we go. Director's cam work, please. There we go. Here we go. Game numero dos.
Here we go, gamers.
Let's go, gamers.
Engaged.
Supports in the Baron lane. We love to see it.
Yep. The fantastical EU meta that the supports are up back in the Baron lane. Being naughty. And the Ziggs and the Varus just doing their poking competition to see who can do as much damage to who and who can farm as much gold as who. Oh, Satchel Charge. Nice. Ooh. Baby Hope once again. Out poking Justice League's ADC.
So good, actually. You know, Baby Hope is, I know, has been a Ziggs player for so long, and he's such a strong player as well. With going for Ziggs, I think it's one of his most played champions, if I'm not mistaken, as well, probably.
Boy's getting restless. Right. So yeah, to be fair, he does play the Ziggs very well and very
Oh.
good.
I think you might have cut off there for a second. I don't know if you were saying something, but I didn't hear you for the last 5 seconds.
It was just me simping for Ziggs, to be fair, so you didn't really miss much.
Good old British internet, we love it.
That's it. Cheers, British Telecom, for that. Love it.
Cheers, bruv. Want a cup of tea with that?
The cavalry is here.
Oh yeah, cheers, love. Cavalry's here. Not a lot of action, actually, early on in this game. I would have expected, I mean, before what we saw an invade from Zealous early on, but he's on a champion like Gwen now, so you can't really invade too well with a champion like Gwen. Faille you can invade very well with, but Gwen is a champion that you kind of just want to scale and just farm up as much as possible, so you're not really going to be seeing any crazy action inside the game, I don't think, from either team.
No early game.
Oh,
okay. Wukong with the Cyclone. We see that grand entrance from the Galio. Oh, just as we was besmirching Gwen, she managed to get a kill. But then they also take a trade from the Corki as well. We see Zealous, Heaven, sorry, getting a kill onto the Wukong. So overall, a 2-1 trade for government there. Nicely done.
Yeah, really nice roam there from YA4, obviously roaming down to the bot side, helping out the rest of his team, and then going straight back up to the top lane. But something that we were talking about, you know, like grand entrance could be really good if you're against a lot of champions that want to dive on top of you. So the Wukong and the Corki got completely caught out there. They thought they were the ones that caught out Zealous, but they were the ones themselves that they were debating. So yeah, 2-for-1 trade.
You activated my trap card. That was Galio.
Galio is my trap card. Beautiful. Love it.
No. To be fair, there's not much of a gold lead. We just hit 1k difference on the side of government currently. Rightly so, when they do have the 1 kill ahead. They haven't really taken any sort of turret plating either, so all turrets seem to be pretty much full health currently. 28 seconds on the first jungle objective, so Mountain Dragon first with good old Shelly Bassey, Rift Herald. It's going to be interesting to see if Justice League go for the Rift Herald again this time, or they're going to make a play for the Mountain Drake.
Yeah, we'll have to wait and see. I think the important thing for these teams, and especially for the likes of government, is really important to just scale really with this composition, as I mentioned. So I don't think we're going to be seeing any crazy team fights in this you know, in these first objectives either. As you can see at the moment, no team's taking any objectives, so maybe they're just waiting out the Corky package. Or maybe they're just like swapping sides and just like, yeah, you take this and we'll take this.
Yeah, they are going for the Mountain Dragon, and then Shelly does go to Justice League there.
Oh, that was close.
Pretty copy pasta of the last match. We've got Ziggs and the Galileo looking to defend that mid lane. They are not quite sure where Mr. Wukong wants to drop Shelly. Would it be in the mid lane, or will they look for a damage turret?
And they see the Wukong in the mid lane now, and the more that they can delay this Rift Herald, the better it's going to be. And as you mentioned, because they have a Ziggs in the mid lane, it's going to be very difficult to try and break this mid lane tower. So I'm expecting this Wukong to either go in the bot or top lane to be able to get the first tower of the game. But for now, it looks like he's just going to farm, and he's going to delay this Rift Herald even more, which is not the best thing for Justice League.
Yeah, he's currently behind the 600 gold. Nash's Tooth being built on Gwen so far, and it looks like we've got a little bit of anti-heal going on with that Divine Thunder, and then we've got 2 Mana Munes as well on the side of Justice League. Heaven going for the boot straight away over the first item, and looks like Ziggs has quite yet built the first item for the Mana Boots, but we all know how powerful those Mana Boots are, so you may as well go for them, especially with the likes of Ziggs. That damage is just chef's kiss.
Really nice to go for the Mana Boots, just the amount of damage that the item gives. Even after nerfs and Mana Boots, the boots are just extremely busted right now. And you can see Ziggs' wave clear in the mid lane meant the Justice League weren't able to take the first tower of the game with that Rift Herald.
Buddy. They dropped it, did they, in the mid lane?
Yeah, they dropped in mid lane, yeah. Wukong dropped in mid lane, but Ziggs was there just in time, so
Completely wiped it.
you can see right now that, you know, government is just taking this game slowly because they know that they can. There's not really much they can actually do, because they're a scaling cop. Oh, excuse me. They just want to get a few items before they can look to try and fight, but they'll be happy with the start. They took the first dragon. They have a gold lead. The first tower wasn't taken from by Justice League just yet. I was saying that. It might drop down now, though.
Taking the Baron lane turret. First turret goes to Justice League. No Batman, no Superman, but they do have solo bowlers, but this is good. Oh, Ziggs ult straight onto the Corky, and then we see Gwen take the kill and finish off the Corky in the bot lane with the assist of Galileo getting that bot lane turret also. Ziggs looking to defend a 3v1 in that mid lane, but it's already pretty low. That turret does fall to Justice League also, so it is a 2-1 in terms of the turret, but I don't feel like it's going to take long for government to answer back and possibly push either the Baron lane turret or mid lane turret.
Government just playing the cross map at the moment. Really nice from Zealous there to be able to take that bot lane tower, knowing that they lost the top lane tower already. They do lose the first tower of the game, but they're expecting to lose first tower of the game this game because they already lost that Rift Herald, which broke down a lot of the HP. But 2 towers to 1. And government still have a goalie just in general, just from farming, just from generating gold from minions and monsters in the jungle. So kind of crazy because they only have one tower. They don't have any more damage on the mid and top lane tower. So that gold lead is just from minions and just farming in general, just really efficient so far.
Yep, and then we do have the Ocean Drake spawning in 33 seconds. Will we see a bit more presence on the side of Justice League for this one? Which will be interesting for government to see which of the teams do come out on top of this engage if they do both decide to go for the Ocean Drake. I'm partial to say that there's not much of a goal difference, but because of the fact they have the Ziggs ult, they've got Galio ult still up, so pretty much all of government have all their ults ready for this potential team fight for the Ocean Drake, and we do see that Justice League have all their ults as well. So I think if we see a clash of red and blue at the Ocean Drake, it's going to be a big one because all ults are available, and everyone's starting to get their first items and move on to the second items as well. So expecting a big fight here for Ocean Drake.
It's really important for both of these teams to get this dragon. A little bit of poke from government. Look at that damage from the Ziggs bomb as well. And Heaven looks like he's dead.
Takes it. Camille. Oh, they do get the Ocean Drake though. So Kong taking the Ocean Drake after taking it. Camille. Heaven was no Fawn. Sorry, it was a little bit too deep there. But Heaven, as I just spoke his name, he answers and gives me a kill onto the Wukong, so that was nicely done by this set up a mid-turret takedown. Galio going in from the back there with the taunt. Nice status though from the Varus, but I don't think it's going to keep him alive long enough. There's that Ziggs bomb. Nicely planted by Baby Hope.
Baby Hope doing a lot of work. Unfortunately for government, they weren't able to take that second dragon. Unfortunately for them, they were just not in the right position, not in the right mindset to say, not in the right mind state of the game to be able to set up that. But yeah, still gonna be, still have a goal lead though, so I think they'll still be happy.
Definitely a few trades here and there. We saw that Camille, Paul went down, but then we saw Heaven get the kill on Wukong, and then we saw Baby Hope get the kill onto the Varus. So yeah, definitely happy that they're ahead of the gold. It's not a massive lead. Justice League could turn it around at any point, but we don't see Justice League manage to secure many kills. It's only when we see government make a bit of an overextend, like we did see Pawn there going into like pretty much a 1v4. That's when we see Justice League manage to secure these kills, but we don't see like the 1v1s going in favor of Justice League, or we could see Camille actually prove the run here. Camille, sorry, Fiora.
They're taking some pretty good trades, but oh, there's a fight on the other side.
Goes the Wukong clone. Galio ult in. They do knock up two of Justice League. It's going to be a bit of a delay of the inevitable there. They get the Braum and they get the Wukong. No smite to contest the Baron Nashor. Will government decide to go with Baron Nashor right now? There's only Varus there to contest, but it'd have to be a very well-timed snipe to kill this. Especially when you got a Ziggs literally using you with bombs. Ooh, Corky. I was expecting the Corky package there, but no, government managed to take the Baron Nashor.
Yeah, really nice there. You could just see how strong Baby Hope is on this Ziggs, you know, doing so much work. These bombs are just flying out every few seconds and doing so much damage. And it's so difficult to deal with. Might be one of the situations where for Justice League, they just have to try and ban it away.
But yeah, they are currently ahead by 5 kills. They are ahead by almost 5k gold as well, so there's a lot of 5s, not quite 4s of Jin loves, but that mid turret is looking to fall. So Gwen managed to take the mid turret with the help of teammates and the Baron Nashor buff minions. And then we see Jace take that Baron lane, so massive takedowns in the turret game here, and we possibly see the second tier turret in mid lane go down. Yep, it's pretty much too easy now for government, especially with the Baron Nashor buff, to take any turret that they lay their eyes on.
You can see that they're pushing two ways at the moment. Corky's trying his best to push down this bot lane, but There's already 2 waves right now. The mid lane tower just needs a few more auto attacks and Ziggs can try and take it out, but you can see how much damage that Ziggs is doing with his bombs. Top lane tower going ever so low as well. Justice League are trying their best to try and stop this tower from going down, but it is going to be that top lane tower going down. Mid lane tower also going to go down, and I think at this point government can just go back and look to try and push out the bot wave.
Literally, they've got to all be sitting on like a stored like 2 to 3k gold after all that turret takedowns and a few kills here and there. I think they could go back and at least get themselves an item each. But if you look at the gold difference there between the Gwen and the Wukong, it's definitely gone away with Gwen there, almost 2.4k difference on the gold, and then the rest of the lanes look pretty similar, other than when you cast your gaze over to Ziggs and the Varus. And to be fair, to Camille, she is ahead of the gold of the to be fair, she's over, sorry. She's ahead of the gold of
It's very interesting. You can see here Justice League trying their best to try and engage, but it doesn't look like it's going to work out for them. Oh my god, the Ziggs damage is just absolutely disgusting. I mean, even with the first strike there as well, you can see how much damage you can do. And Zealous as well with the healing. The Jace gets the double kill. Zealous gets the double kill as well. And that's going to pretty much mean the end of Justice League for this game number 2. And government going 2-0 ahead.
Definitely something we didn't see in that first match. Infernal Drake is up, but to be fair, the minion priorities in these lanes, it's just too much of a good opportunity to push this Nexus. They only have the Fiora there. It's not going to last long enough. There goes the Fiora. It is basically a team wipe, and government take the 2-0 just as it was played out by Stu.
2-0 for government, another clean victory. It wasn't as clean as the first game. They would have liked the early game to go a little bit more cleaner, but as I mentioned, because they have this scaling composition with the likes of Camille, Ziggs, Gwen, they didn't need to take these early trades. You know, they know how to play their comps very well. They know how to play the champions very well. As I mentioned before in the previous game, you know, they got champions like Vi that has a lot of great lockdown and is able to do so much in the early game. But this time around, with playing someone like a Gwen, you know that you can just farm up, get a few items, and do so well. But yeah, Baby Hope again, another insane performance from him. His Ziggs is doing so much work.
Yeah, I think we'll find that like the Ziggs won't get banned either, because there's so many other more important bans there. But to be fair, I don't think it matters what Baby Hope does or what he goes on to, but the Ziggs definitely is his comfort pick. But I think he will literally do good with anything in that bot lane. It seems like he's very confident with it. He's more than happy to be left alone going against the enemy ADCs as well. But yeah, like you say, 3-0 on Baby Hope, MVP, 13k gold. Well done. MVP well deserved. And the Gwen, to be fair, not even built all up to 3 items. She's got a boot, she's got her Rift Maker, and she's got a Nash